Here I am. Alright, Trainman 145 here. We have a new breaking news for rail fans. 7:15:16, I believe it is. I don't know what to show you, so that's why it's weird. I'll just show you like outside, I guess. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. There's like construction, so there's a mirror. Alright, guys. My friend Jared Reynolds, I believe it was yesterday. Last night, like at 9:45, sent me a message on Facebook, and he sent me a link to an update on the BNSF and wreck in Texas, the head-on collision one on June 28th, 2016. They now have a report on what happened, so, hold on. I'm getting messages from them. Just hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Sorry. But NTSB has been, whatever you want to call it, excavating the wreck. And they finally found out what mainly happened. They're not sure 100% what caused it. But I'm going to read you their report. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I'm going to go back here to the NTSB report. And saying, one of the trains failed to stop prior to fiery Texas Panhandle fatal crash. The train failed to slow at a yellow warning signal on June 28th and then continued to pass a red signal before striking an oncoming BNSF train. I'm going to read you the whole report. Federal inspectors say a preliminary investigation reveals that a train failed to heed to a stop signal before it barreled head-on into another freight train in June near Amarillo in the Texas Panhandle. 3 crew members died in a fiery crash. NTSB says in the report released Thursday that an eastbound BNSF railway train failed to slow at a yellow warning signal on June 28th and then continued to pass the red signal before striking an oncoming train. Report says that the eastbound train bound for Chicago was supposed to stop and allow the Los Angeles-bound train to pass. Each train was carrying 2 crew members. 1 jumped to safety. The other 3 died. The eastbound train was traveling about 65 miles an hour when it passed the red stop signal, which is pretty fast. Activists in Houston who are concerned about transporting oil by train through urban areas have pointed to the crash in the Panhandle as one reason for stricter regulation. Below is the executive summary of the blah blah blah. On Tuesday, June 28, 16 at 8:21 a.m. Central Daylight Time, 2 BNSF railway trains collided at milepost 525.4 on the BNSF's Panhandle subdivision. Each train was crewed by a locomotive engineer and conductor. Eastbound train S-LACLPC1-26X K consisted of 30 head-in locomotives and 2 DPUs, and 56 loaded cars. And the westbound train Q-CHISBD6-27L consisted of 5 head-in engines and 54 loaded cars. The signal system was lined to the route the westbound train into the Panhandle control point sighting at milepost 526.1 while holding the eastbound train on the main track before the east end of the siding. The collision, which caused the derailment of the locomotives and several cars from both trains, occurred about 1/2 mile east of the east end of the Panhandle siding. The weather at the time of the accident was clear and 74 degrees. The collision and derailment resulted in a significant fire. 3 crew members died in the accident, the engineer and conductor on the eastbound train and the conductor on the westbound train. The engineer of the westbound train jumped from the train before impact and survived with injuries. Burlington Northern Santa Fe estimated damages of $16 million. Train movements in the area of the accident are governed by signal indications of a traffic control system. A positive train control system is scheduled to be implemented by the BNSF in this area by the end of 2016. So they're putting PTC in by the end of this year. There's still more. A preliminary review of the signal event recorded data and tested the signal system indicate the last signal of the eastbound train passed before the collision was a stop signal. Previous signal the eastbound train passed was an approach signal. Preliminary review of the locomotive event recorded data revealed that the eastbound train, the one that ran a red light, was going at 62 miles an hour when it went by the approach signal at west end of the Panhandle siding, and about 65 when it went by the stop signal at the end of the Panhandle siding. Investigators completed sight distance tests of the signal system for the operation of both trains into the collision point, and the results are being analyzed. Investigators also shipped event and video recorders to the NTSB Recorders Laboratory in Washington, D.C. for further analysis. The investigation is still ongoing. Parties to the investigation include the Federal Railroad Administration, BNSF Railway, Brotherhood of Locomotive Engineers and Trainmen, and the International Association of Sheet Metal, Air, Rail, and Transportation Workers. Sorry about that. A red signal, this is a sub-caption thingy on the report. A red signal aspect requires the train to stop before any part of the train passes the signal. An approach signal, indicated by a solid yellow aspect, requires that a train reduce speed to a maximum of 40 miles an hour and be prepared to stop at the next signal. They have not deduced a probable cause yet. The information in this report is preliminary and will be supplemented and corrected during the course of the investigation. I'm trying to keep this going because Shraman42 and Jared Reynolds are supposed to be joining me. I don't know how long I can keep this going. But if you have Instagram, please follow me at Trainman145 and comment down below on my most recent post, which is the BNSF Railway ribbon. Hashtag pray for BNSF and hashtag pray for BNSF families. As you could tell from probably reading this, I believe the eastbound train, the eastbound train, or the westbound train. Hold on, I'm sorry, I can't remember this. So much to read. Hold on. Okay, I was right. The eastbound train was supposed to stop, and he was going 22 over what he was supposed to be going. And then he also sped up by the time he passed a red signal. So this obviously wasn't a mistake where, he couldn't stop. He didn't try to stop. He tried to get going faster. So NTSB is still investigating this crash. I will do as many updates as I can on this, but as of tomorrow, tomorrow, I am full most of the day. So if anything happens, and I do put it up to YouTube, it's probably going to be like. Hold on. No.
Oh, do you know what time your mother's picking you up? Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. Hold on. Sorry. Where was I? Yeah, it would probably be later in the day. Like I said, if you have Instagram, follow me at 45 or Facebook, Trainman145. I'm gonna do another live feed on Facebook around 2:00. So follow me on both. I just can't express how much this is probably one of the most tragic accidents in a while. Except for what was it? Amtrak 188 that was last year. But they finally ruled that was an engineer, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna rule this as the engineer's fault, which it was. It wasn't dispatcher. His signal was red. So yeah. So again, just I don't know what to say, guys. Just don't let this happen. If you guys are thinking of being, train engineers, don't let anything persuade you. Just drive trains, be safe, and stop at red signals. Slow down when you're supposed to. I know if you do want to become a train engineer, you'll most likely know what everything means. And that means a lot. Because if you, what happened June 28th happen again, especially if you're working for Amtrak, don't do that. Always be cautious of what signals you have, speed limits. Just be careful. Just because, I want to be an Amtrak engineer soon, but, I'm not going to go around going 100 miles an hour over the speed limit through the curves. No, I'm going to stay speed limit, be cautious of signals. Yeah. I'm trying to keep this going. Let me text Tyler because he's supposed to be here. Okay. But yeah, that's just tragic. It's two 65-mile-an-hour intermodal trains hitting head-on in perfectly clear daylight. If the engineer of the train that ran a red light for sure would be fired, probably sued, probably, I don't know, charged with manslaughter. I don't know. But seriously, unless it's, I don't know, just jump out of the train if that happens. If you lose control of the train or something, put in an emergency, back out of the train. That's all you gotta do. Seriously, that'll prevent loss of lives. And especially your life, that matters. I just want to say something. I can't see if you guys are posting any comments, so if you guys are posting any comments,